Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My name is Joe Kozlowitz. I'm a member of the marketing team here at Greenhouse Data. I just want to thank you all for joining us for this morning's webinar. Should be a lot of great info coming your way here. We will begin shortly, and as a bit of housekeeping before we start, I will be recording this session, so if you need to hop off early or if you want to share it, I will send that out to all registrants later on this afternoon. Please feel free to ask questions anytime. Within the go-to window, you can see there's both a chat area and also a questions zone. I'll be keeping my eye on those, so we'll pause periodically for questions if they're related to what we're speaking about. There'll also be time for Q&A at the end of the presentation. So today we have Vishal Pawar. He's a principal technical consultant with Greenhouse Data. He is our data and analytics expert. He's a Microsoft Reconnect MVP. And as you can see, he has collected quite a few certifications with data platform and analytics. Here we have our agenda for the day. We'll be running through current market trends and BI for everybody, as well as BI, the heart of digital business transformation. What is business analytics and why do you need it? Turning data into value in business analytics, intelligence and analysis, how they work together. Power BI, an overview of the platform and what kind of data, how much you want to be plugging into it. Power Platform, Power BI Desktop, and Power BI services. So we'll see a brief demo of those as well.
Can you see my screen, Joey?
Yes, we can see it.
Joey, those 2 slides were missing. You want to just continue right now on those 3 slides?
Sure, yeah. Sorry, everybody. I was missing these ones on my presentation. So I'll run through this just really quickly about Greenhouse Data. So as you can see, we simplify your IT operations. We have a strong leadership team, and over 70% of our personnel is in technical facing roles. So we're very focused on managing your projects, working hands-on with you and your team, and supplementing you exactly in the roles that you are missing. So we are really focused on strategically partnering with your organization. As I mentioned, we're nationwide. We generally work with enterprise-level clients. We're one of few Azure expert MSPs in the United States or even globally. We also have been a finalist or won a number of Microsoft Partner of the Year awards, and we are a Gartner recommended vendor for hybrid cloud hosting. As I mentioned as well, we focus on multi-cloud management, professional services. We recently added a DevOps team so we can help create custom software and cloud integrations within Azure, data center, including co-location at our own facilities, and then all the way through to your management of your actual applications, helping you manage your patches and basically your entire IT lifecycle.
All right, thank you, Joey. I will take it from here. So thank you everyone for joining. So as Joey cleared out today's agenda, I will directly hop on to our main topic. So let's talk about the current market trend. So currently you can see 86% of the CEOs are considering digital in their number one priority. Digital transformation is the integration of digital technology into all of their verticals. It's a culture change that's require organization to continuously challenge their each individual department. You can see that like all of the companies are heading towards this one goal, which is a digital transformation. And IDC already predicted that by 2020, 30% of the top level company allocated their capital budget 15% towards the digital transformation. So this is huge. So why I have added this slide is mostly to get where we are heading towards. Before jumping into Power BI directly, I want to set an expectation that why we should learn Power BI, why Power BI we should use as a BI tool. Now, we know that today's BI is for everyone. Nobody wants to wait for your IT team to give you a report. You want to analyze your own report. So the first wave was, in 2004, where, all the BI is performed by the technical teams. The second wave was self-service BI, where end users with having a business analyst, they were analyzing their data. But right now we are into the third wave where the end user BI, where we all are actually a data analyst. Everybody can do the data analysis, and when we have a same version of data for everybody, there is no error, there is proper decision making, and we are actually stop guessing and actually start making the actual decisions. And definitely, when we are talking about the self-service BI, we are freeing up our IT team from lot of burden so that they can focus on their own main agendas, like making sure infrastructure is right, making sure all the IT activities are on track. Now, the most important question comes in always mind is what is exactly is the business analyst. So I have boiled it to the six different words. First one is the definitely continuously, which is nothing but part of your daily routines, your monthly processes that you depend on. Then iterative, obviously you have to peel the onion to get answer to a lot of questions and dive deeper for your own data insights. Explorations, business analytics comes with the mostly exploration part, where you are finding out the unknowns, search the new patterns so that every pattern gives you the new insight. Investigate on your data. Obviously the most important is finding out your past performance, gain insight, and stay focused on your goals, how to improve your business, how to improve your planning, how to improve your business performance. That basically is nothing but the business analytics. Now, as a company, we know that we have various departments in our organization. The firstly is the information system platform. Let me brings up my pen so that we can talk more towards it. So pointer option, pane. So the information center, this specific department is nothing but which supports the back office and the operations such as ERP and finding our core systems. The second one is the customer experience, which is nothing but the end user, where it concerns the customer facing elements such as customers and the citizen portal, multi-channel commerce, and the customer apps. Then the third one is the data and analytics platform, which is actually called as a center and which contains the information management and analytics capabilities. And you can see there are a lot of organizations now have a IoT platform to connect physical assets for the monitoring, optimization, and control and monetize their capabilities between the devices. And the third one, definitely the ecosystem platform, which gives the supports for the creation and connection to the external system, a marketplace, and the communication. If I want to give the analytics capabilities out of this departments or out of this various vertical, let's see, when you combine your data and your ecosystem, that gives you partner and supplier analytics. When you combine your information system with the data analytics, that gives you operational analytics capabilities. When you combine your IoT with your data, it's called as a IoT analytics. Obviously with the customer and the data, it's called customer analytics. And at the center of the heart, it's actually called as a BI. So BI is always a heart of digital transformation. That's why the first slide to this slide, how BI is important in your organization. Now, why we really need a business analytics? If you see on the left hand side, which is nothing but most of the organization, that is the current state, which is they have missing data, they have inconsistent extraction, they always need a filtering of the data. The data integration and the time is not equivalent to what they need as a real time, where everybody is going towards the desired state, which is nothing but they want a consistent data. Extraction should be planned, all scheduled. They have to drill down to the pinpoint where they will focus on the right data instead of massaging and finding out how we should map and all those details. And most important, everybody is looking for the efficient answer. So For getting us to the desired state, we really need a business analytics. Now, turning data into value business analytics, we know that we have various systems that already contains the data. So in your organization you might have already emails, you have a call logs. So each of these data points gives you a different analytics capabilities. If you ask me, emails gives you a text analytics and sentimental analytics. The value of it, you can create a customer experience management out of that. I'm not going to go each and every data point in detail, but definitely some of this, like a social media, is most important right now in the current world, where you can extract the data from different social media platform, perform a text analytics on that, and find out and see how your brand is performing in the social media. This is always helping for the customers monitoring and marketing effectively. Again, definitely for HR systems, you have a workforce analytics and you can create an effective management out of it. Boil it down to the main products, always have a most focused area. So looking at how your products are getting sale and analyzing how you can improve on the selling part, that is also important business value which gives business analytics. So I will definitely, Joe is going to share the slide, so you can just go over it and find out how you can improve on your business analytics side. And moving over to the next part, where what is the difference between business intelligence and the business analytics? If you ask me, I have listed 5 basic points. What will be the difference? Let's go over to it. So business intelligence, BI, is nothing but it's oriented and the standard and the consistent, where the problem is well defined, where business analytics is kind of ad hoc analysis, and it's most of the time based on the past and the performance. BI is mainly focused on the dashboards and the predefined reports, where business analytics is interactive and the investigative analysis, where the user have to spend some time to find out what is happening and then give the inputs to the BI so that they can develop a focused dashboard. And BI is primarily answers the predefined questions, where BA answers insights and understanding of the business. And BI provides the end user indirect raw data access through the cubes or through any data, where business analytics is nothing but you are analyzing your own data with the any tool. Exception based reporting comes in the BI because we have the scheduled SSIS package or extraction layer, where which can gives you exception based reporting. Now moving to the definitions of the business analytics and the BA and business analysis. These three words are always confusing, so I just thought to put the definitions in front of you. So BI is nothing but the querying, reporting, OLAP alerts, and answering your own questions such as what happened, how many times it happened, how often it happened. Whereas BA is nothing but it's continuous iterative exploration of past business performance to gain the insight of your own business. So BI and this BA is actually it goes hands on hand, where BA gives the information to the BI team, and which again iteratively comes together and gives the proper report and dashboard to the business. Now this is the base I want to set up, and if you ask me, it's a change of mindset. If you ask me, the rate of change that we are experiencing is unprecedented. So the change is happening everywhere to everyone, and it is happening to all the organization, where they want to convert ownership into stewardship. They want to giving the control instead of they want to influence the people. Instead of securing the data, they want to share the data and get most out of it. So this is a change of mindset, where BI comes into the picture and the self-service BI is the current focus. Now this is the base where we want to know why Power BI. Now we know why BI is important for every organization perspective. Now why Power BI? There are other competitors in the market as well. But if you see the Gartner, which is very prestigious organization which gives the rating to all the competitors or in the BI world, and they produce the report every year. If you see the last year and this year comparison also, Microsoft is still the leader in the BI quadrant. You can see they are ahead with the competing all other their competitors. So they are a competitor from last 2 years, and they are heading towards the very easy, very cost efficient analytics. And why Power BI? We are definitely going to know, but this is just a report from the Gartner, which is an expert, and they are saying Microsoft is the leader. So this report should give you a good enough understanding that why you choose Power BI. Definitely, there are other things that we will look into now. Now, Power BI is for analysts. So every analyst can prep their model with the easy, create interactive reports, customize your own business author reports. Power BI is also for the business users, where business users can view shared reports. They can interactively work on the dashboard. They can screen, they can give the notes to the dashboard developer. It is also for the IT, where IT build their own reports for themselves or for the business. And obviously it is for the developer, where Power BI comes with the embedded analytics suites, where you can create your apps, you can create a different data sets for the different users. And as you can see, Power BI is actually for everyone, right from the analyst to the developers. Power BI can be utilized right across your organization. Now, what is the Power BI? Power BI is definitely a suite of business analytics tool. Now you know what is business analytics. It can analyze the data and share the insight. It monitors your business. You can get your answers very quickly with the Power BI. It is available in every devices. When I say every devices, there are various tools or there are various apps that you can use through Power BI that can get you access to the Power BI dashboard. Now, the most important question, how much actually Power BI cost, right? So actually Power BI comes with the three different costings. One is the free version, where you can download a Power BI desktop for free. You can upload it in powerbi.com, where you get a certain amount of memory and you can still analyze your data. So free option is most of the companies start their business. Then the next one, next upper level is the Power BI Pro, where Power BI Pro comes with the 10 GB of the data capacity, and you can do more in terms of consuming and the collaboration. So you can see all the collaboration option comes in the Power BI Pro. So if you have a dashboard and you want to collaborate your dashboard with your colleagues, then both want Power BI Pro, then you can work on the same dashboard, share to each other, and also give comments on that dashboard. That all you can do in the Power BI Pro, and it's cost only a $9.99 per month. The third level I have not listed here, but I we have a separate webinar on that. So during that time we will go in deep, and that is called a Power BI Premium, which is nothing but a dedicated capacity for your organization in the Power BI cloud. Now, Power Platform. What is the Power Platform? It is nothing but the combination of three suites in the Power Platform: Power Apps, Power Flow, which is actually called as a Microsoft Flow, and the Power BI. These three combined tools can talk to all the different tools such as marketing, services, sales, operations, finance. All these departments can integrate their data together and give you a modern, unified, and intelligent, adaptable platform, which is nothing but the Business Central Power BI platform. Now, this is very important slide. Even if you are, just uh, not paying attention to the last slide, from this slide is give you the clear picture. What is a Power BI ecosystem in general? So let's start with it. First is the Power BI desktop, which is a standalone software. When you download a Power BI desktop, it gets installed on your own machine. That is nothing but this first picture, which is a Power BI desktop. When you want to share or when you want to publish that Power BI desktop file, you will publish it into a Power BI service. So a cloud version of the Power BI is called as a Power BI service. Whenever you publish something, you publish onto the Power BI service. And you can see Power BI desktop is the software. The fifth one is the where you can access the Power BI service on various devices such as mobile, tablet, or even on your own computer using any browser. Now the question comes, I have a Power BI desktop, I publish my dashboard, and I can view on the different devices. Now, how Power BI service will actually interact with my on-prem data? So right now you can see on the bottom part, here is your organization data. Power BI gives a very flexible and very stable Power BI gateways to interact the data from your on-prem system. So Power BI services can connect directly to your on-prem data using Power BI gateways. Power BI gateways are of two types, enterprise and the personal gateway. Definitely, if you are fetching the enterprise data, you will need an enterprise gateway. Now, the seventh one, which is actually very attractive for many customers, known as apps, which means if you are having QuickBooks Online, if you are having a Salesforce, if you are having a Google Analytics, you don't have to build your dashboard. Power BI gives you the dashboard ready-made for you, which means if you have those specific apps, you can just connect with your own current authentication with the Google Analytics, fetch the data, and Power BI will show you the dashboard ready-made for you. You don't have to even develop or model or massage your data. The dashboard is ready for you. So this is really attractive features in the Power BI. So if you are having QuickBooks, Salesforce, and the Google Analytics, and many more such 50, which we will send you the link at the bottom, where you can see which all options you have where dashboard is already ready for you. So this is the actually a high level view of a Power BI ecosystem. Definitely there is a more towards it, Power BI Premium, Power BI Server, that we will look into subsequent webinar. Now, I'm not going to go all the points, but definitely we can touch base a little bit important. This can update in a real time. It is available in most of the devices. It is just a one-click user experience where you have a Google-like a search in your Power BI services. You can search on your data like a Google, and definitely we are going to see one demo for that also. Now, let's try to understand a few basic concepts for the Power BI, which will understand us how we should get started with the Power BI. This concept will help you when you are trying to search anything or when you are trying to build dashboard, how to communicate, how to search in the various forums, what are the technology used in that Power BI desktop file. So there are four major building blocks of the Power BI. The one is the data set, the data which you are trying to access. The second is a workbook, which is nothing but the Power BI desktop file that you are working. The reports and dashboard. So actually reports and dashboard, this concept comes when you are using Power BI Pro versus Power BI report server. So Power BI report server, you can always publish reports, where Power BI service, you can publish the report. Also, you can publish the dashboard, and dashboard have a more capability, and we have a separate slide on the dashboard. Now, what is the Power BI report? It's definitely a multi-perspective view into the data set. Whenever you have a data set, you are modeling your data, and based on your insight, you are trying to solve your important questions. Again, Power BI reports always includes the visualization. It includes all the features such as Power BI services and the Power BI desktop. So you can see, you can develop the reports in Power BI desktop as well as in the Power BI service. There are two modes of the view to interact with the Power BI reports. And these views are definitely important for business and the IT perspective. One is the definitely reading view, where people are just sharing the reports with another person and he can view your report. where the second option is the editing view, where your colleague, when you share the edit option of the report, he can edit your report and further publish. So collaboration comes with the editing view, and the reading comes when you want to share outside and you don't want to give the edit functionality to the report user. Now, what is the dashboard? This is very, when we talk about the BI, we always talk about the dashboard. Dashboards is, if you ask me what is the dashboard in one sentence, one dashboard should give your one department view just at the glance. That should be your dashboard. Like there should be a dashboard for finance. That one view should give you how your finance department is doing. Further, that dashboard should give you the alerts where you can click on the specific focused area if there is any problem, so that you can dig further and point to the respective area. So dashboards are a single canvas always containing tiles and widgets. Right now Power BI service have full-fledged functionality for the Power BI dashboard. You can easily build your dashboard on your own, and we are going to cover that a little bit in our own demo also. In the Power BI, you have easy option to create dashboard. One dashboard can display a visualization format of different data set. Also, it can display different reports. This is very important point. Your one dashboard can have a multiple reports as well. And you can see all the information needed in one glance for a business decision. And this is where dashboard comes into the picture. Your monitoring, your personalization comes into the dashboard. So every person in the organization have their own choices. Like some people wants to see a specific focused area, and another wants to see another specific area. That's why Power BI dashboards gives you a full flexibility of the personalization, where you can create a personalized view of a larger dashboard for the matrices that matters for you. Now, getting into the main area, where what is the Power BI desktop? So Power BI desktop is the standalone tool which you can download from the powerbi.com. Now let's jump into the powerbi.com directly and see where you can download the Power BI desktop. So when you go to the powerbi.com, you can see you have various options here. What is Power BI? Why Power BI? And here you have option of Power BI desktop. Once you go on the Power BI desktop, you can click here and the download the Power BI desktop file, and you can install the Power BI desktop on your computer. There is not much more requirement in terms of having the Power BI dashboard, a Power BI desktop in your own computer right now. Just point to notice, whenever you are using Power BI desktop, it is using your in-memory RAM. So make sure you have at least 8 GB RAM so that you can perform more most of the time. Uh, it is very easy to download. I'm not going to cover in the demo part. So and you just have to click next, and you are get through the Power BI desktop. Now, Power BI desktop has a full-fledged features of any BI tool, which allows you to connect to the data and massage the data. You can shape and combine the data in the Power BI desktop. You can add as many visualizations you want in the Power BI desktop. Now let's see the Power BI desktop demo in terms of this various option. Okay. When you open the Power BI, you will see the first window like this, Power BI desktop, and Power BI desktop always welcomes you with this initial screen. And if you focused on the initial screen when you open it, it has all the details like what's new. Hey, what's new in the Power BI world right now? So when I click on the what's new, it will throw me to the latest blog. If you can see, July 18 was the latest published blog, and they have released this many features on July 18. See, Power BI is ever always a changing product. You are always getting a new features every month because it is running on the monthly cycle. But Power BI teams gives you all the details what they are publishing in every month. There are various forums that you can go. When you click on the forums, it will open up Power BI forums that where you can ask your questions. You can see currently there are more than thousands of questions already people are asking here and getting the feedback. You can definitely go and watch the videos right into the Power BI welcome screen and trying to find your answer. What I will do, I will just close this so that you can see the main window of the Power BI desktop. So this is the main window of the Power BI desktop, and we will try to understand at the high level what this is windows, what are various tabs. You can see when it first times open, you are directly onto the homes tab. In the home tab, you have options such as get data. You can enter the data itself. Yes, in the Power BI desktop, you can enter your own data. In fact, you can copy paste the data from Excel or web directly into the Power BI. Now, on this home tab basically is mostly for your organization of the Power BI dashboard or report. You can see you have various buttons for your bookmarks. You can add an image into the Power BI using the image tab, where you just have to click on the image. You have to find which picture you want to add and add that specific image into the Power BI dashboard. You can add a various shapes using the shape tab, and also it has various theme option. So Power BI has a lot of capabilities in terms of arrangement of the tools into the BI world. Now, moving to the view tab. In the view tab, you have a phone layout option where whenever you are dragging or dropping any visuals, you can use this tab to maintain how your dashboard or report should look like in the mobile app. Modeling tab. The modeling tab comes into the picture where whenever you want to relate one data with another data, or whenever you want to create a measure, the modeling tab plays very important role. Now, and the last one is nothing but the help, where it has all the details, the guided learning link, documentation, where you should go and learn all the details regarding the Power BI. Now, this is the horizontal tab that we looked into Power BI desktop. Which is most important is this three vertical tabs where you can see the report tab, uh, the model tab, and the third one is the model tab, and the second one is the data tab. So this report, data, and the model tab are comprised of the actual Power BI desktop file layers. So the report is the where you will develop your reports. The data tab is where your the data of that specific report. The model is nothing but how you want to model your data. Now, we know that the basics of the Power BI desktop. Let's jump into the data and get the data from a sample Excel. Before jumping into the sample data, I just want to open that sample Excel and show you how the data looks like. So I have taken one of the financial example where we have the products, and those products are getting sold in various companies. That product have various segments and various money part regarding the product, like gross sale, how much is the sale, how much is the profit, and when these products are getting sold, and which year they are getting sold. So this data we have right now in the Excel. Now let's try to analyze that data from Excel into the Power BI. As I mentioned, we have a get data tab where we can get various data. You can see when I clicked on the get data, these are the various data source that Power BI can connect right now. This list is growing every day. There is no stopping of this list is getting increased. So you can see you can get the data from text, JSON, PDF, a SharePoint folder. You can get the data from various databases. You can get the data from online services. This is nothing but where I said, hey, there is a dashboard ready for you in Power BI service. These are the various online services. You can definitely get the data from Azure. Now, for our demo purpose, as our data is in Excel, let's click on the Excel and connect to our sample Excel file. So I'm selecting my Excel. Now, when you are connecting your data, it opens up the new world, which is known as a Power BI query editor. Uh, let's see what that Power BI query editor is. So when you select a sheet from the sample data or financial, you have option load, edit, and cancel. When you hit load, you can directly work on your reports. But when you hit on edit, this screen will take you towards the Power BI query editor. And this is the another world which I was saying, like here you can massage, transform, you can combine however you want to do at the data level, you can perform here. If you ask me, this is almost having a 95% of SSIS capabilities, which means you can do all type of transformations here. Now, let's see, when I filter on the country, I can see that there are some countries which are having the star mark. You can see the Canada is having star, France is having star, but when I want to analyze the data, I don't want this star. Okay, so and Power BI gives you a very flexible option to remove such kind of non-required characters. So let's see how we can remove the characters. So what I will do, I will just hit a replace value, and I want to replace star with nothing. Okay, so I'll just hit OK. Now you can see when I am performing this step, actually Power BI is recording everything. So first it tried to connect to the source, then it navigated to the sheet, then it changed the certain data types based on its experience, then replace value. And you can see when I hit a replace value, it's nothing but the action which I just perform on the country column. It is just converting stars into the nothing, and you can see there are no stars in my country right now. Okay, so this is how we can perform a simplified step on our data. We can perform various operations. Let's go through the Power BI query editors tab. Remember that before, what we saw is the Power BI desktop tabs. Now we are looking a Power BI query editors tab. So home, where you have enter data option, and these are the keep rows. Like suppose we want to just keep the first 5 rows, we can use this option. We want to remove certain rows, we can use the remove rows option from the data. Now I want to convert this unit sold because it is in the fractions, and I don't want to analyze my data in the fractions because I think some might have entered the data wrong, but one point here and there, it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do, hey, I want to convert this unit sold into the whole numbers. So you can see, you can how easily just right clicking the column, you are getting various options such as, hey, change type to date time, text, true, false, binary. Right now I just converted into whole number so that I can easily analyze my data in terms of unit. Now, not only this, you have option of the replacing errors. If you are getting any errors, you can replace your error right into the Power Query Editor. If you now you can see that you want to create your own columns. You don't want to limit yourselves to these columns that you are getting from the data, right? Power Query Editor gives you option to add columns. You can have a columns by example, or you can add a custom columns. Let's try to add one custom columns where you want to find out how much profit I am getting per product by my profit. So we already have a profit in one of the column. So I'm just clicking on the profit, and now I'm just dividing it by the units sold. Please bear with me, I am not the financial person, so I'm just creating right now my own formula. Let's say unit sold. So I just selected this formula and I'm naming this as profit per product. Okay, when I hit OK, you can see first it recorded that steps in my query settings, and it's giving me all the details. Now I can easily see, hey, I'm getting a $10 profit on this product if I am selling this. So this gives a quickly idea to sales team or whoever is analyzing data. If they know the formula, they can add the formulas here and analyze data per row, or they can create the measures in the Power BI desktop on the modeling tab. We'll look into that also. Now you have analyzed your data as per you want, right? You have actually extracted and transformed your data as per you want. Now you are into a stage where you are just saying, hey, now I am ready to create the report. So what you will do, you will just hit close and apply. When you do that close and apply, it will apply all those changes that you are doing to the data, and it will throw you into the model or any tab which is open right now, that it will throw you to that. Now when I hit on the model, you can see right now you have only one model. Right now you have only one table in your model, which is a financial, which has the sales and all those details. Right now, if I will go to the data tab, you can see your data directly here, and on the right hand side you can see all the fields, and also there is an indication like date is actually a date, then where there is a summation, it is just converting that into a sum option. And here comes your report tab, nothing but where you can analyze your data. Now we know that this is a very plain report. Now let's say, hey, I want to know how my countries are doing per product sale. So I just drag a country. When I drag country, you can see the Power BI desktops gives me intelligently a map chart. But right now I don't want a map chart, so I will just use a bar chart. And now I want to see how I am making a profit per country. So what I will do, I will select the profit option. Now here you can see easily, hey, I am making more profit in the France. But you want to dig further. You want to see, hey, which particular segment I am making more profit. So you will select a segment into the legend, which gives you further more details how your segments are giving you the profit. Now this this movie doesn't end here. There is a formatting option which you can use and further give a definition to your chart. Like for example, data label. When I just hit data labels on, it will give you the actual numbers right in front of that data category. Okay, now here I like this chart, so I'm just keeping it here. Now you want to know year wise how my charts are getting performed, how my products are getting sold, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create one waterfall chart for all the products, and I'm going to add a products, and then I'm going to add a profit per product. And you can convert very easily. Like for example, I'm selecting this, and you can go back and change your charts very easily. Now when I selected those specific charts, it got selected in different visual, and that visual is nothing but a table visual. Okay, now I'm selecting my own visual, and let's say I'm selecting a product and profit per product. Okay, when you are doing that, you just realize that, hey, my profit per product is actually not coming as a sum or not coming as a calculation. What you can do, you can go back to your edit query window where you just have left yourself, and I can select that specific column, and I can convert that into decimals. Okay, once I convert that into decimals, just hit close and apply. Now you can see you have a sum over here also. Now putting that to the value and adding a segment onto the legend. here it gives me a complete how I'm getting profited by the product. So now you want to create a filter. It's very easy in the Power BI. You can just hit on the slicer tab and you can select a country. You can see there are 5 countries in my data set. Now, on the right hand side, you have a visualization plane where you are selecting your charts. Then you have a field level option. For each different charts, you have different formatting options. Okay. Now, Power BI doesn't stop here. You have a n number of visuals that you can use in your Power BI file. These are not the only visuals that you can work. So where are the other visuals? When you see these 3 ellipses, just click on that and you can select the visual from the marketplace. I just selected the marketplace. And now these are the visuals or charts which are available in the marketplace. You can get this visuals very fairly easy, like just selecting and adding it here. Let's say I want to add a KPI. You can select a KPI and just add any of the KPI. But I like the world cloud, so I will just select the world cloud. So it comes under the text category. I'm not able to find it here, but no, I will not spend more time, but at least I will select one specific chart. So this text filter, I really like this text filter where you can actually give text like search option in your Power BI desktop. Let's use the smart filter. So this smart filter, I added the one visual which is known as the smart filter. You can see when you add it gives you the pop-up, hey, imported custom visuals into your Power BI desktop. Click on OK, and now you can use this Power BI smart visual. Now I will see click on this white plane so that it will not change any of my existing chart. Once I click on the smart plane, now I'm ready to select any of the field which I want to use as a search. Now I will first give a search options for the country. So I will select the country, okay, and then I will select the product. Okay, now how you are going to use this smart filter, right? When you go here, you can just type Canada and it will just show the filter Canada. In terms of product, when you hit the velo, which is nothing but the some product, you can see it comes right in front of you. So you can see that you can download the various visuals from the marketplace and analyze in the Power BI desktop file. Now moving to the next part where I know that my dashboard is ready. I have done enough analysis. Now I want to share or I want to place this file into a Power BI services, which is nothing but the next part of our demo. What you want to do, you want to publish. So as I have already signed in, you can see I'm in the greenhouse data domain, and when I signed in, it directly comes into my Power BI desktop. When you want to publish something, you just have to hit publish button. See, it is first asking you to save this file, so you will save this file. Definitely I will save in our demo folder. Let's call it demo1. So it will save on my local, and now it gives me all the workspace those are available in my Power BI workspace. In terms of right now publishing, I will publish into webinar demo workspace, and I will definitely show you what is this workspace also. So once you hit publish, you can see right now data is getting published from your desktop to the Power BI service. Once the publishing is done, it will show you the pop-up success, and it will also give you the link, hey, open your Power BI file into the Power BI service. Now you can see you have another option also, like quick insight. This is the most used, when you don't know about your data, you can use this quick insights in your data. Now what is the quick insight, right? So Microsoft have come up with the various algorithms where when you hit quick insight, let's hit the quick insight for sure. And when you hit the quick insight, what it will do, it will try to analyze data on behalf of you and show you various results. Okay. Now let's jump into the Power BI report. Now this is how your dashboard can look onto the Power BI service. You can see this is the same dashboard that we publish on Power BI service. You have again various options such as print. You can publish to the web. Definitely make sure if you are publishing to the web, what type of data you are sharing. You can export it to the PDF. Yes, when you click on the PDF, you can export into PDF, or you can export it as a PowerPoint. So on the Power BI service, you can export it to PDF and the PowerPoint. On the Power BI desktop also, you can export it to PDF. You can see here export, publish, and export to the PDF option here only. When you click here, it will ask you, hey, I'm generating the PDF, and it will just save the PDF like this, a very pixel perfect PDF, same as whatever you are having in the Power BI desktop file. Now, jumping to the Power BI service.
Hey,
So
Vishal, I'm just going to hop in real quick and say we're approaching our hour here, so if anyone needs to leave, we will be sending out a recording so you can catch up later. Thanks.
hey, any questions so far, Joey, before they leave?
I did have one question, which was just about the differences between Power BI levels, like Pro and Premium, and the free, and what kind of different features you add by moving between them.
Sure. So actually, those differences are nothing but how much you want to utilize from the Power BI cloud. So if your organization is kind of 100 in number that people are going to use the Power BI, then you definitely try to go online and search into the Power BI premium calculator. Like, hey, these many people are going to use Power BI services. This many people are Power BI Pro users. Based on that, Microsoft gives you definitely recommendation how much premium nodes you want and all the details around it. All right, so
Thank you.
jumping onto the our last segment where we are covering the Power BI services quickly. Uh, on the Power BI services, when we publish this data online, note that you have here both the options where Power BI free and as well as the Power BI Pro option. Now, when you click on the data, you can see here, when you click on the report, you can analyze the data in Excel. You can see your data set in the Power BI services. Now, this is the report that you are seeing on the Power BI service. Let's say I want to create a dashboard out of it. Okay. Now, what you will do, you will click on the edit report, and you will hit pin live page where you are pinning this specific report to the dashboard. I'm giving this a demo dashboard. And now you can see on my dashboard segment, there is one dashboard ready. Okay. Here, actually, you can see the most important segment where you can ask questions to your data. Okay. When I click on ask questions, you can see it is actually giving me some predefined words also, like maximum profit and all those details. Now here, I just want to see Canada by year, by sale. So you can see how good it is. When I am just typing something, it is giving me the details of what we want. Now you like this visual, and as I said, Power BI gives you a very personalized option. This is the personalized option where you search your query. Now you like this query, you like this visual. Now you want to pin this to your dashboard. You will just hit pin visual and pinning it to the existing dashboard we just created, that is demo, and hit on pin. Now when you go back to your pin dashboard, you can see the search query is just there on your dashboard for you. Now these are the various options you have. You can schedule the refresh, you can do the quick insights. So when I was explaining the quick insight, let's see, and let's hit quick insight. When you are hitting the quick insight, it scrolls across all the columns and the records and gives you the output. Let's hit on the view insight. Now this specific analytics is given by the Microsoft, which they are running various algorithms, and you can see you can fairly pick at least 1 or 2% of this. Like for example, average sales price by segment, you can straight away say, hey, small business are giving me a more average sales price than the others. So this analytics, nobody can think this analytics that Microsoft is giving you automatically, and some of it is very really important, like count of the product goes in parallel with the count of the countries. Some of them are like discounted price, how this, and for example, let's say you like one of this country level like bands, and you want to pin it to the dashboard, you can just hit pin visual and you can pin that to the dashboard. Now you can use these visuals for your analysis. So when you are using quick insight, you are definitely boiling down to the outliers, and which are my the main outlier focused area that definitely quick insight can give you. Going back to the presentation, so we covered all the demo part. Let's see how we can cover one last part before jumping into the next segment, like how we can create a gross salary category, gross sale category. Like right now we have a various numbers on our gross sale column. How we can convert those numbers into a required format. Like I don't want to analyze the gross sale as the number. I want to analyze it as a, hey, I want to categorize them into three buckets. How I can create those buckets? Let's see here only. Now you know that you want to create a group or buckets for the sales price, right? Gross sale price. So you will come to the field option into the Power BI. When you hit three ellipses on the field, and there is an option for the new group. When you hit on the new group, here is the option for selecting your bins. Okay, you can select your bin size, you can select various options here. So let's say I'm going to select only a 5 bins. Okay, once I selected those bins, you can now analyze your data by the bins. Now if I want to see how many how many products are there in specific bins, what I will do, I will just select a product on that bin and I will see the count. So I just categorize my data based on the gross salary and grouping them together. So this is the category that my bin have created. You can definitely create your own bin where you can select, hey, less than this or greater than this. Those are the optional. So you can do it in the Power BI desktop. Now jumping onto the Power BI services option. If you don't have anything to analyze, Power BI services gives you analytics on your own, where you can hit on get data and you can click on the sample. When you click on the sample, these are the various options that Microsoft is giving you to analyze on your own with the sample data. So let's say I want to analyze a human resources sample. I will click on human resource and I will hit connect. Once you will do that, it will import the data. Once the import data process is done, you can analyze and see the dashboard for human and resource. You can see what is the new hire count, what is the bad hires versus the active hires, what is the active employee count, and all those details. So these are the various samples. Those are predefined in the Power BI services that you can utilize in your analytics. Now moving over to our last segment, where what is the Power BI service? So Power BI service is nothing but it comes with the various options such as navigation bar on the top where you can navigate your functionality. Second is the dashboard where you can add a dashboard tiles, Q&A box. We already covered the Q&A box. A full screen mode. Let's see how full screen mode works, right? So here, when you go on to any report, there is an option of full screen here. Fit to video. Where you can analyze your data in full screen mode also. I'm not able to find that option, but it's here somewhere hiding in the tools. Yeah, so you can see enter full screen mode. Once you click here, you are going on to the full screen mode where there is no browser dependency or anything. You can go towards the different tabs, you can analyze your data, and you can come back to your normal screen where is your Chrome. So we saw the various collaborations and settings option. We saw various Power BI services options. Now we would like to see at the end how we can analyze our data in the Power BI services, where we don't want to use the Power BI desktop, but we want to use and build a Power BI reports directly into the Power BI service. So you can easily do that by selecting here a new report or clicking on the edit report. You can see when you click on the edit report option, you can change here charts right in the Chrome. Point to be noted, like you are in Chrome right now. You are not even in Power BI desktop. You are changing your charts and all those options right in the Power BI services using Chrome. So I don't want to use definitely pie chart, but just want to give you idea. So you can see I can change the chart right into the Power BI services using various options in the Power BI services. With that said, I will conclude my definitely a demo, and we will just jump over to the questions. Joey, do we have any more questions?
We don't have any more at this time.
Awesome. So before ending the presentation, definitely you can join a global Power BI user group to find out more about the Power BI. It is having very active community, finding out your answers, and definitely we are having more webinars on the Power BI side to analyze more into the Power BI ecosystem. So see the Joey's email and join those webinars as well.
Yeah, we'll have at least two more sessions coming up to dig a little bit deeper into the platform. So keep your eyes peeled for registration upcoming. So thanks, Vishal. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Hope that you learned something this morning, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thanks, everybody's time. Thanks, Joey.
Thank you.